Well, I have my pooch, my treatment's going. I wish I could say I'm feeling better, but I'm really not. Hey y'all, I'm gonna complain for a little bit, so if hearing people complain annoys you, I would just skip this vlog. So today is Saturday. On Monday, Izzy, my friend from New York, came to visit me. We had an awesome day at Disney. We pushed ourselves for sure. And then she went home on Tuesday. I came back from Orlando, back home to Tampa Bay on Tuesday. And this weekend, I was supposed to go with Judd to his family's beach house, which is one of the oldest houses in St. Augustine, Florida. It's been in his family for generations and generations. Unfortunately, the house is kind of like falling apart because it's old, so they don't know how much longer they're gonna keep it or like whatever. So it was an exciting weekend to go see his family, like his dad and his mom and his sister's fiance and his cousins. Like they were all gonna be there. It was this awesome thing, and the weather was perfect for me. It was gonna be in the 60s. Like it was gonna be great, but unfortunately, Wednesday night, I had a flare-up with the mast cell issues and like really severe abdominal pain. Almost had to go to the ER, and after that we were kind of like, let's just have me stay home, because pushing myself to travel again when I'm not doing very well is not a good idea. And even though Judd wanted me to go and I wanted to go, we had to make a decision based on my health. Like, do not want to end up in the hospital or to exacerbate a flare or whatever. So I've been home. Judd's enjoying himself with family, which I think is very important, but I was hoping I'd at least start to feel better since I, decided not to go on the trip and to make the smart choice, not the fun choice, and listen to my body. And I just felt terrible the whole time, like not eating well and being nauseous. And then things got really bad last night. I was home alone, and around like 4 a.m. I just could not stop vomiting, and I'm not eating very much, so it's like vomiting stomach acid or like bile, whatever, and then there's nothing left to vomit, so I'm just like dry heaving and retching, and it's so exhausting and painful, and it was a mess, y'all. Not to be gross, but I like got puke all over me, and it was just nasty. So when I finally settled and stopped vomiting, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a shower. Guess what happened when I went to take a shower? No water. It's not something I thought about at 3 or 4 in the morning when I'm violently being sick, but this month, our neighborhood thing, like this is a big complex where people rent these townhouses, and they're shutting off the water from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night because they have to completely redo all the pipes. They're really old or something. So there was no water for me to take a shower, no water for me to turn on the sink and like get the puke off me. So I just used a bunch of baby wipes and kind of like, sounds really pathetic. I just sat and cried in the bathroom because I was feeling terrible and hurting and gross, and I couldn't shower, and I wasn't gonna get back into bed and make the bed all nasty. And so finally at 6 a.m. the water came on, so I was able to take a shower, and I felt like cleaner after that and a lot better, and I went back to sleep for a little bit, but it's just been rough, y'all. So today was needle change day for my port, so this is like, got a new fresh dressing change. I have hooked up my Y extension, which has 2 ports instead of just the one, so I can run an infusion and deliver IV meds at the same time. And I'm going to also hook up to my feeds, which I haven't had to do in a few weeks. As y'all know, the medical cannabis, along with the Xolair and getting my mast cell more under control, has drastically improved my GI symptoms. I've been able to eat a lot better, but the past week, even Monday, when we were at Disney, like, I just wasn't able to eat well. And I think I've not been averaging more than 500 calories a day this week. And then also, I've been not keeping things down well, so it's definitely time to hook up to some feeds. The past 2 days I've been really trying to just stick with my Kate Farms, which is my feeding tube formula, but it's also oral, it's chocolate flavored, and it's not going well, so gonna start an infusion, hook up to feeds, push some meds, and take it super easy because I just want to feel better. I'm making all the right choices and I'm not feeling better, and it is just frustrating, but I'm just gonna keep doing what I need to do for my body and run my treatments and take it easy. Yeah, so that's me complaining. I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate because being chronically ill can just suck. Officially hooked up to my fluids and my feeds. It does seem a bit like a tangled mess right now. Typically I would have this in a backpack so it's easier to maintain and move around with it, but my backpacks are upstairs. I do not have the energy to go get them, and let's be real, I'm not really going to be moving today. Also, I would usually be upstairs in my super comfortable adjustable bed with my IV pole so I can have all this stuff on my IV pole and organize it better, but well, I don't have an IV pole downstairs either, but I had really bad night sweats last night, so the sheets were dirty. I managed to strip the sheets this morning, but ran out of energy to put the new sheets on, so I'm pretty content being down here in the living room. Also, I haven't left the house in 5 days, and the change of scenery from the bed's kind of nice, so I think I'll just rest and recuperate down here in the living room with my tubes and fusions and feeds. And oh my gosh, I forgot to grab the blanket. I have a dog to do that for me. Hi, Harlow. Harlow has been so sweet and snuggly while I've not been feeling so well. Hey, Hippo, can you go get the blanket, please? Get the blanket. Go on. Good girl. Yes, get it. Get it. She's like double checking with me. Is this what you want? Good girl. Come on. Oh, you're the best. Oh my gosh. Are you bringing me another one? I think I know what you want me to do with this. Okay. Harlow, hop. Oh, you good girl. Do you think she knows she has to have a blanket to get on the couch? Because no matter how much I jumble them, her nails can puncture the leather. So I wonder if she brought that just so I would do that. Because I didn't ask her for the second one. Or maybe she wanted me to have 2 blankets so it was extra cozy because I'm feeling extra not well. Either way, love my dog. Well, I have my pooch, my treatment's going, just gotta take it easy. And, you know, now that I'm not using my feeding tube like I used to, or I should say now that I'm not running feeds like I used to, because I still use my feeding tube every day for medications, but I actually haven't had to run feeds in a few weeks, which is really good for me. But because of that, the pump was actually dead, so it's I have it charging right now. And you may notice it's only at 20 milliliters an hour, which is not very much. That's because when it's been a while since I've run feeds, I can't just jump back into my higher goal rate. It'll cause GI distress and like abdominal pain. So it takes me a couple hours to get back up there. And since my feeds don't provide the majority or like all of my nutrition anymore, I don't have a strict goal rate or like running feed schedule. It's more just as needed to help me manage symptoms, like another tool there for me to use when I'm struggling. I also pushed an IV Zofran for the nausea and vomiting, and I put some Atarax through my feeding tube before hooking up to feeds. Atarax is another antihistamine, and I'm not having major mast cell issues right now, but my immunologist always tells me, like, don't underestimate your mast cell disease. If you're flaring or feeling worse than usual, it probably has something to do with it, at least in my particular case. And so I pushed the antihistamine to see if that'll hopefully help. I do have IV Benadryl, but it's kind of like this potent, strong drug. I don't like to use it unless I need it. Obviously, if I need it, I'll take it, but I think for now I'm okay. I did take cannabis earlier this morning. Unfortunately, the nausea and vomiting was just too much for the cannabis to really touch it, so I'm probably going to take a little bit more later. Thankfully, my pain is not like off the charts like it usually is in a flare. It's kind of a little worse than usual, but manageable, so. How sweet is this dog? Pretty sure I'm going to take a nap now, y'all, so see you later. Hey y'all, well, it is Sunday now, and I wish I could say I'm feeling better, but I'm really not. I am managing though, at least the best I can. Thankfully yesterday, when she finished work, my mom came over and helped me out a lot. She actually stayed the night, which is good because I had another really rough night. Oh, nope, not getting up. Okay, if you're wondering where the sheet is, I got sick in bed again, and all I want to say about it is it was not just vomit. It was a rough night. I'm really glad my mom was here, and if you're wondering where Harlow is, she's been laying on my legs, giving me some deep pressure therapy to help with the pain there. Thankfully, Judd will be home this evening. If you're wondering why Judd went to St. Augustine instead of staying here with me when I wasn't feeling well, it's because I told him to go. Like, his whole family was together, and I didn't know it was going to be this sick. But, you know, he needs family time, so it's okay. And I had people here to help me, like Harlow and my mom, and I am managing, y'all. I think it's safe to say that I'm in a flare. I mean, thankfully it's not like a hospital level flare, but just feeling pretty miserable. It's my dysautonomia, because my POTS has been really bad the past few days, and my mast cell disease. I've only had one more severe-ish reaction. Thankfully I'm not having like several, but my mast cell does attack my GI system, and my GI symptoms have been really bad. And then there's the pain, but we keep moving forward. Actually, you know what, never mind. I don't feel like being positive right now, and that's okay. You don't have to be positive all the time, especially when I'm feeling this crappy. But I do take solace in the fact that I am not alone. I know there are several other chronic illness warriors out there who can relate to my situation, and if you're also having a bad day, you're not alone. And you know, hopefully the next video I post I'll be feeling better, because this is, I mean, the up and downs are just part of life with chronic illness. And with that, I will say goodbye, and thanks for joining us on our adventure.